When my sister first brought her boyfriend home, I knew I would eventually marry him. I was only 5 years old then. I sat next to my sister's boyfriend and began moving a vase with my mind. Mom warned me not to cause trouble, so I moved the vase in front of Esteban to get his attention. My name is Clara. I was born with psychic abilities and can see the future. Many nobles and dignitaries came to me for help.
I've run up a great debt. Been a politician, it's a scandal.
Black Devil will win on Sunday.
What?
In the third race.
It's my fiancé, and I'm so unhappy. Maybe just give me some hint of how to make him love me again.
Your fiancé can't stand the smell of lavender, so if you stop smearing yourself with lavender oil, he might start wanting you again.
Suddenly I felt unbearable chest pain and couldn't help but scream. My sister rushed over to comfort me. I quietly told my sister that death would soon come to our family. The next day at my father's banquet, his political enemy secretly poisoned my father's wine for personal gain. But my sister drank that wine by mistake. That evening when I sensed danger and went to my sister's room, she had already died in her sleep. My sister's sudden death ended my carefree childhood. My father demanded that the sheriff find the cause of death, so he had the coroner perform an autopsy on my sister's body. I stood on a box by the window and secretly watched the entire autopsy process. Although my mother repeatedly emphasized that my sister's death had nothing to do with me, being able to predict death but unable to change it still caused me great pain. So I decided to shut myself off and stop speaking. I naively thought that if I didn't make prophecies, death wouldn't come. Esteban went far away to become a gold miner. He labored in the dark mines for 2 years and finally earned enough money to marry my sister. But when he returned with gifts, he could only attend his lover's funeral. I took Esteban's hand and led him to my sister's coffin. Because he had missed the time to be with his beloved while earning money, he became obsessed with fame and fortune. He believed that only by controlling enough wealth could he control fate. He chose to abandon his sister and mother. He used the money earned from the gold mine to buy an old farm. He hired many workers and used strong measures to manage the farm. In a short time, he gained enormous wealth. 20 years later, the originally dilapidated farm became the most productive haciendas in the country. That day he received a letter from his biological sister. Their mother had died of illness, and he needed to return for the funeral. Very few people came to the funeral. Esteban recognized me immediately. Looking at my face that resembled my sister's, he decided to transfer his love for my sister to me. A few days later, he came to my house to propose. He didn't mind at all that I was now mute. My parents wanted to ask for my consent first. They didn't expect that when we met, I would actually speak.
You've come to ask me to marry you, haven't you?
The childhood prophecy came true 20 years later. My sister's death made me stop resisting fate. Even though I didn't love Esteban now, I calmly accepted fate's arrangement. Soon after, I became pregnant. I sensed it would be a daughter. My parents were eager to see their soon-to-be-born granddaughter. I repeatedly reminded them not to drive and to take the train instead. But my overexcited father clearly forgot my reminder and still drove that old car. Near the railroad crossing, the brakes failed and the car was blown to pieces. I was no longer the little girl who would be scared speechless by death. I had grown accustomed to facing death. A few days later, my daughter was born. I named her Blanca. Blanca grew up carefree in the estate until she was 5 years old. 2 raggedly dressed people broke into the estate.
Don't you remember me? Down by the river? This is your son. I named him after you.
Esteban would never allow this illegitimate son to disrupt his happy life. He casually pulled out some bills and told them to leave quickly. Looking at the estate's locked gates, the boy looked at his half-sister with hatred. He sneaked into the estate while my husband and I were out.
Who are you?